Hey, so it's time for the weekly energetic update. So I don't usually post these on YouTube, but I'm going to try and start doing them. So what we have going on this week is we have some really big conjunctions happening, and we have one that's happening that has not happened for the last 14 years. So big stuff going on. There are some caveats though. As I'm telling you what's going on, I want you to remember two different things. One is that all of this needs to be done from an authentic place, who we really are on the inside. This is a time to embrace what we really want, who we really are, and start showing up as that person, because that's where this energy is taking us. So be authentic. Number two is innovation. We have Uranus coming into play, and Uranus is the planet of rebellion, innovation, and sudden changes. So we want to make sure that we are doing things differently. The old stuff isn't necessarily going to work for us. We need to start thinking about things differently and doing things in a different way. There is another piece of this puzzle, is that we have to do the work. We have been in a funk energetically between the eclipses and Mercury retrograde and stuff like that. So it's time to pull ourselves out. And unfortunately, the energy alone isn't going to do that. We have to do it ourselves. So we have to put in the work for this. Okay, so let's get into actually what's going on. So the big conjunction that we have is Jupiter and Uranus are meeting up. And like I said, this has not happened in 14 years. The last time it happened was in 2010. So if you look at anything that changed in 2010 for you, that could be along the lines of things that could be changing now. So wherever you have Taurus in your chart, because this is where this is happening, some things might get kind of shaken up, hopefully in a good way, because Jupiter is about luck and expansion and abundance, and Taurus is about stability and finances and love, and Uranus is about innovation, rebellion, and sudden changes, like I talked about before. So you might see things just change in that area. You might see some good luck come from this conjunction. But like I said, it is if you are being authentic to your energy, because these changes are not going to be coming if you're not showing up for what you really need to do and who you really are. So that's something really big to work with. How to work with it is, it's very big manifesting energy. Think new moon on steroids. What do you want to see change in a big way in your life? As far as, like I said, that Taurus energy goes, it's very grounding, stable. Where could you see more of that energy in your life? How could you do things differently to bring that energy in? So manifesting what you want to come in, using that energy is good. This transit is happening between the 17th and the 21st. That's when it's going to be kind of exact, with the peak of it happening on the 20th. And we are going to feel this energy after that. That's just like the height of it. So that's what we have going on for the big conjunction. And then the other thing that we have going on is that Mercury went through, when it was direct and was activating all these planets, it was crossing over them as it was going into Aries. Then all the other planets started lining up in Aries. Now Mercury is retrograde, so it's going backwards over all these planets, over Chiron, over the North Node, over all this stuff in Aries. And so it's giving us a chance to go back and revisit things, hopefully from a more authentic place. So maybe when this first happened, we weren't in that full space yet of, accepting who we are and what we want for the future. Today specifically, we have a conjunction with Venus, love, finances, beauty, how we receive things, and North Node is destiny. So we literally, as we kind of go back over these planets, we could see things changing in our future space. The more we kind of show up authentically and love ourselves for who we really are, and show other people who we really are, we could see our destiny, our future changing, the things that we want for the future, the things that we want for ourselves, and the people that we share our lives with. You could see that changing in this space as this energy is being activated. Also with Mercury retrograding over these planets, make sure that you're looking at your communication space. How are things changing there? Are you talking to yourself in a different way? Are you talking to others in a different way? Do you need to show up more authentically in your relationships? I feel like that's a huge theme I see right now between like my clients and people I've talked to. One of the first things, so I see a lot of people struggling in their relationships right now, and when they're talking with other people, the first thing I ask is if they're showing up authentically to that person, because a lot of times we hold a lot back. And sometimes we should. I mean, obviously we shouldn't go off on everybody, but I know myself. I used to be very passive aggressive, you know. I wouldn't really open up about what was bothering me in my relationships because I didn't want to bother people with it, or I didn't want to cause any problems. But now I realize that if the other person doesn't know what's going on, they don't know what's going on. If the other person doesn't know how you're feeling or how you're speaking or the authentic you, like who you really are, then they don't have the chance to love you for who you are or communicate with you the way you want. So we have to start showing up and communicating differently. And that's hard because that person could take that really well. You could become closer and that kind of thing, or it could go the opposite way and it could make you realize that that person probably shouldn't be in your life if they can't handle who you really are. And that's really hard and that's really tough. But that's what the energy is showing us right now. It's showing us the things that aren't meant for us. It's showing us the people that aren't meant for us. And it's tough, but it's all for us to get to a better place, for a more authentic place. May energy is looking a lot, I feel like enlightened is a word I want to use for May, a breath of fresh air. We're going to start going forward a little bit. There's a big transit happening then where the energy is really going to change. So just all of this stuff is getting us to that place. We also have a full moon in Scorpio happening next week, and we have Chiron activating a lot of planets right now too. So Chiron is the wounded healer. Scorpio energy is very intense. It's death, rebirth, transformation, and full moons are about releasing and letting go. So we have this really healing pocket going on right now, but it's also deep and dark and scary. So we have to figure out how to use that energy and not let it be deep, dark, and scary. We're going to shine the light on the darkness. I was doing a meditation and this image came into my head about how we have such darkness inside of us. I feel like a lot of us right now are kind of stuck in this dark energy. And so I imagined myself shining a light in the darkness inside of me, trying to light that up and trying to see what was down there, because a lot of times we bury so much stuff. We bury experiences from the past, or, you know, mistakes we've made, or all that kind of stuff we just bury in us. So I was trying to shine a light, you know, do a meditation, shine a light, bring some of that stuff up for myself. And one of the things I saw when I shined the light down there, I imagined the light shining all the way down to the bottom of this hole. And at the bottom of the hole was myself as a child. It made me emotional. It made me emotional that myself was down there, my inner self, my inner child, just down at the bottom of this darkness. So if you think about it from that perspective, think about uncovering that inner child, that light, that, I don't know, just, I picture myself just going down there and sitting with her and giving her the love that she needs and letting her know that she's not in the dark by herself and pulling her out. And that's the energy of this right now. Like, if you think about it from that point of view, think about it as rescuing yourself, rescuing yourself from the darkness. You don't want that child in the dark by themselves. Bring them out with you. So that's what I got for you. I know it's a lot, and it's a lot going on, and the energy doesn't feel the best, but we're coming out and we need to pull ourselves out, and that's what I got. For help as far as what I can do, I just posted on my Facebook page a new service that I have where it's like a life purpose, next step, destiny kind of reading for your birth chart. So it looks over your North Node, destiny, part of fortune, the midheaven, your highest point in the chart, and then any kind of other themes or superpowers I see that we can work with to get you to where you need to be. Message me to schedule that if you would like. You can do it in person in Leland, North Carolina with me, or virtual. So the session is $44, and then if there's an option to add a mini Reiki session to it too, because Reiki just brings good energy, and that's an extra $44, so $88 for the package. May crystal boxes are out, so each month I release a crystal box and I pick crystal. This one has 2 crystals in it based on the astrology of next month. So next month is really about, there's a lot of communication energy. We're coming out of this Mercury retrograde and headed right into, I feel like, a really good communicative period. We have a lot of Taurus and Gemini placements happening that I think are going to be really good. So that is on the website. And yeah, I think that's all I got for you. If you're local, we have some things going on, some events scheduled. We have Sea Glass monthly market this weekend. I will have all my crystals there. If you want to come check them out. It is in Castle Hayne, North Carolina, 5601 Castle Hayne Road in Castle Hayne, North Carolina, 9 to 3, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, April 19th to the 21st. Next week, we have a Reiki Share in Leland at Massage 143. So Reiki Share is pretty much where we just do this meditation, and my teaching partner and I, Beth, bring in Reiki energy for the circle, and it's just good energy, and it's on the Scorpio full moon. So really cool, like-minded people, like a group to, if you're looking to find other people that are into this stuff, full moon, Reiki, crystals, that kind of thing. It's a really good way to meet people also. And then May, 4th and 5th, we have a Reiki 1 and 2 class. So that is the Usui Holy Fire 3 Reiki. I've done both forms of Reiki and been taught through both forms, and I really love the Holy Fire energy. And Beth and I both just upgraded recently to our Holy Fire 3 certification, and it's really, really cool, the energy of it, and I'm really having a good time working with it. Not a hard time. I love it, actually. So we have a Reiki 1 and 2 class, like I said, May 4th and 5th in Leland. If you're interested in joining that, you can learn how to do Reiki yourself. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. And I will post again next week. If you have any questions, let me know. See ya.